My name is Geoff Luebkemann, and I'm Vice President of Education and Training for the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association. As such, I head a sales and service unit that primarily has activity in compliance-related and best practices, goods and services. Most people are familiar with the fact that in Florida we have a required manager's test, and our FRLA unit supplies that in some 36 locations each month around the state. Some of my daily activity includes monitoring and formulation of public food safety policy. We're very involved in a number of different activities there that help balance the science of food safety with operational realities that small restaurants through large chains have to deal with every day in their operations. We communicate minimum, safe, as well as best practice standards for our members. Spreading the word that an acute awareness of food safety and a commitment to a daily culture of food safety isn't just a good idea, it's profitable too. We're also involved in developing new products that can help our members achieve those goals. And we're involved in emergency planning and response so that our industry, our food and lodging businesses, are part of the planning processes prior to an emergency event like a hurricane or other event, and that we're part of the discussion and activity after such an event so that we can foster economic stability in that community as quickly as possible, get paychecks flowing back through areas. Well, this summer has been a busy one. We've been very involved in two activities, one at the national level with specifically food manager testing. We've been involved in developing new materials and new standards for the national set of standards that apply to food manager testing. This benefits our members greatly because it sets a high bar. It ensures that they're going to have safe operations and that they have a testing standard that's reliable and that it enjoys reciprocity with other jurisdictions. So if someone takes the ServeSafe manager's exam with us, with FRLA, that's also going to be recognized in the vast majority of jurisdictions around the U.S. that also regulate food safety and require manager testing. Something else we've been involved in is seafood issues, sustainability and fraud. People come to Florida to enjoy our fresh seafood, and it's imperative that our industry have a safe and certain supply of genuine Florida seafood, and that they not be victimized by people selling fraudulent species. So we've been working with one group called Gulf Wild that has a number of standards that they impose on industry, on the seafood industry, that will benefit restaurants that serve their fish, both in traceability. We'll be able to tell exactly where a particular fish came from, and that's very important in terms of the wake of the BP oil spill. So far, we have had no concerns with testing our seafood and our seafood safety. We're testing more than we ever have in the past, and so far haven't found anything of concern. And the other big issue in seafood, of course, is species substitution or just misrepresenting what you're selling. So our advice to all of our industry, not just our members, is if you're going to call something grouper or red snapper, be sure that it is. And also be sure that you know your supplier and you have a trustworthy source for that seafood. We anticipate probably this year that Florida restaurants, those regulated by DBPR, will be going on the 2009 version of the US FDA Food Code. It's very easy to find this online. FDA has a great website. And we're involved in the implementation of this so that our members have good awareness that it's coming and that they understand what the changes are and how to integrate those into their operations. Two of the probably more noticeable changes in this 2009 food code are one applies to cut leafy greens, which now have a temperature requirement associated with them. They're not considered a potentially hazardous food or temperature control for food safety food. And the other and probably most significant impact is allergen awareness. The 2009 Food Code demands specific knowledge of both managers and employees when it comes to food allergens. We talk about the Big 8, and there's information about this on FRLA's website. But knowledge of the Big 8, and most importantly, knowledgeable mitigation of food allergens in the food safety operation, or rather the food service operation, is imperative to protecting guests that have food allergies.